Hey everyone, good evening. We are here with another Malts and Meeples. I really hope that my audio is coming through. Let me do a check again. It is. So, we are good to kick off this week's show. It's today, as you can see from the headline, we have, or the video name, we're playing Floor Plan by Marek Tupi from Deepwater Games. So Deepwater Games, I primarily know for having brought some of the Emperor S4 games, such as Hanamakoji, over to the US, and then mainly for another roll and write that I really like and is back here behind me, Welcome To. So when they had another one coming out that was about making a floor plan, I decided to pick that one up. But before we get into that, let's talk about today's beer, Grapefruit Supreme from Surly Brewing Company. So Surly is local to the Twin Cities here in Minnesota. One of the bigger kind of local breweries we have. And they released a 12-pack or a line of beers that are all tart ales with a different sort of fruit added to them. So black cherry, key lime, mango, and then this one, which is grapefruit. Oh man, that is really good. Like, it's a little bit cool here in Minnesota right now, into the 50s, kind of for the high for today. And I'd love it if it was warmer, but this beer works well on a day like today, and definitely come summer, this is going to be something that I grab a 12-pack of their tart ales on a really hot weekend, and then just enjoy these. Like, they're very refreshing. And so tart ale, this kind of borders on what would be known as a sour. So sours, basically the yeast that is used is a little bit more what we call the wild yeast, and that's what is giving it its really sour notes. It's a little odd thing that it is the yeast that impacts that. So yeast actually plays a very big role in your beer. Different types of yeast, as they ferment, kind of tweak the flavor that you're going to get. And so, I mean, the biggest one you'll notice it for is going to be these tarts or these sours, and let's see, I think lambics as well, all are going to have that little bit more of a tart, acidic taste to them. Now this is not a super sour. The grapefruit definitely adds a little bit of sourness to it, but it isn't so far that it's really tart. Now, there are some out there that are extremely tart, and those I actually still really love, but it can vary a little bit depending on how good that they're going to be in terms of a sour, because some of them are going to be really good and summery like this, whereas other ones, well, I like them year round, aren't necessarily the thing that I grab out of the fridge or from the liquor store on a really hot weekend, such as the Duchess. Duchess almost borders on kind of a balsamic vinegar flavor. So your sours can really vary a lot, and depending on what they put in them, so obviously this one has grapefruit in it, it changes that flavor profile even more. And this is also a beer that it doesn't taste that much like a beer, if that makes sense. But we're also here to game, not just talk about beer. So let's grab our pieces and flip over here to floor plan. So floor plan is a roll and write game. Have our dice over here. I'll try and keep them in frame when I roll them. We have our sheets. I have my pencil. And let me double check one thing here in the rules. Okay, perfect. So I'm not necessarily going to teach fully how to play this, but we have a few different scoring things that we can use here. So let's show them off. First, we have our designs. Get 5 points, which you mark down here, when you complete a bedroom with a window that can see a tree, a pool of 8 or more water squares adjacent to 8 or more squares of deck. So to create a pool, you have to put rocks around it. Once you have something surrounded in rocks, you have a pool, and then you have to put your deck next to it. So those are 2 ways I can score points. Then we have well decorated. Room containing unique arrangements of 2 or more furnishings. 3 rooms containing unique arrangements of 2 or more furnishings. So it's kind of hard to tell. We have a room here, a room here, and a room here. Then we have a patio fountain, a dining room, and a bedroom adjacent to a pool. So that combos well with our family pool. And finally, we have a full house. Living room adjacent to a deck, a tree, deck, and stone containing at least 1 door, window, and furnishing. And then at the end of the game, we're going to score points for each room that has a door opening onto a stone. Basically, that's how we step in here. And since we're playing solo, we take this. So the game has 2 different ways to end when you play solo. The first being draw. If you complete 6 of these plans. Now there are only 5 of them up here, so you can repeat the ones that you complete. Or basically, once you've filled the bottom row. So this is not an area down here that I can actually use. So on turn 1 here, I fill in that spot. We roll the dice. We have 2 by 3, so we can draw 1 room where I can make it a bedroom of 3 by 2, or a washroom of 2 by 3, or I can draw 2 doors and 3 windows. However, I don't have anything in here yet, so let's start by putting in a bedroom in this house. So I create the shape, put a B so I know what room it is. That's turn 1. Six and a 2. I can create a living room if I want, or I could create a massive washroom, or I could use it for 6 stones and 2 doorways. Now, for the bedroom, I need it either adjacent to a pool to get me points, a view of a tree. So I need to get windows in there. And I have this right here, a free bonus that I can use to change it to whatever I want. But I'm going to do a living room. Let's do that here right next to the bedroom. So the reason for that is we now go on to turn 3. I have windows and decking that I could do. So I could do 5 sections of decking, which won't be bad, because I do want to get a pool. Let's start with the decking. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4. So, I'm trying to figure out where my pool would go here. So 5 deck, and then windows. I'll do a window there. Need a window in the living room. Might as well put that one there. And let's do one here to see if we can get a view of a tree going that way. Six by 1. We could create a closet, or I can place 6 stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're getting there to that pool, and we get my tree, which now, since we have here a bedroom with a window that has a view of a tree, mark down 5 points. Then so this is turn, no, that was turn 4. Oh, that was a 1 and a 6. So I forgot to do my stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are getting there. 2 by 2. We need to get a dining room, or we need a washroom. We don't actually need a washroom. It's kind of goofy, but let's make a door. Let's do, I want this house to be functional. Oh, so we get 4 doors actually. Let's do that. 6 and a 3. Still, let's see, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could do another living room, but we're gonna do a bedroom here. And that was here now. So this is going real fast. 6 and a 5. All right. So decking. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. We need this to be adjacent to decking. 4, 5 stones. 1, 2. And stones have to be outdoors. So let's do 3, 4, 5, 6. However, no! What did I do? I created a too small pool. Has to be a pool of 8. I thought I had counted out right. No. Okay, well, scratch that. We need to get 2 and 3 doors and windows, not bad. Let's do a door. We get 3 windows. So we now have another bedroom looking out onto a tree. Alright, I need to start using some of my skills here. A 6 and 6. I could have a massive, massive living room, but I need to get a dining room in here because, or I need to get furnishings. So a bedroom and a dining room that are adjacent to the pool. I kind of messed that one up too. Let's do a, oh man, that'd be a massive 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that wouldn't even be adjacent to the pool anyways. So that's not, I don't know that that's worth it. Let me see about adding something else then here. Let's add, let's turn this into a 4 so we can get 4 furnishings. Let's actually turn both of them into 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're actually going to do that here. Put a B back there. So that's going to give me 4 points for being well decorated. This allows me to now double up on a skill. Yes, Fatal, I'm working on the board gaming, not a compound. Thus far, we have no game room though, so that is an issue. Also, I am for sure a couple behind on these, so I should probably be there. 4 by 3. Ooh, we can put in a kitchen. I don't actually need a kitchen really for any of these things. A dining room is good if I could make a pool again. So let's try and put our dining room over here. And welcome Fatal as well. So let's see. All right, we're going to use that to change the number of this to a 3. So we have a 3 by 4 bedroom over here. Now all I have to do, wait, that's dumb. 3 by 4, I'm not going to put that there. The reason I'm not is that I don't actually have enough room for a 3 wide thing to go here if I want to put in a pool. So instead, let's see, 4 is furnishings, 3 is windows, or I can put a bedroom over here. Let's put the bedroom over here, just in case we can get a dining room in there. So I have either a massive living room, which would not be connected to the rest of the house, you were trying to set up the notifications. Ring that bell. Yeah, Fatal, I do not know why your phone hates that so much. Let's make a really long, skinny living room over here. Oh, wait. I forgot to check here. We have stone. Oh, we need a tree. Interesting. I don't think I gave myself enough room to put a tree by that living room. We're going to create a living room over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A very long and narrow living room. And I'm going to have... Oh, I don't have the ability to change that anymore. Oh, no. So, I just have stones I can use. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could double that. I'm actually going to double that, oddly enough, to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a couple different pools in this house. Now I just need some decking. Five by 1, perfect. So the reason that's perfect is 5 is decking. Let's not put it on this side. Let's go, because it only has to be touching 4. So 1, 3, and that was definitely there. Let's put a tree then over here. And now I finally have that massive pool, which gets me points. Alright, here we go. 2 turns left. 4 and a 6. So furnishings and stones, or a room that I cannot place anywhere anyways, so I guess let's work on furnishing this house. One, 2, 3. And final turn. We'll see how I do here. 5 by 1. So 1 is a tree. I do have room for a tree. 5 is decking, or I can just put in the secondary dining room. That was in no way a legal dining room to place there anyways. Wow. So first game, we do have a tiny bit of end scoring here, and that is from our flagstone entries. So 1 point for each door that has a stone in front of it. So 1, 2, 3 points for that, which takes us to 28 points. They tell us in here 28 points. We are a faulty foreman, so not that good. However, I'm going to blame that on this being my first game ever of this, and throw out another set of builders to help determine stuff. Yeah, Fatal, this is actually my first time playing it as well. I heard about it from one of the videos 2 years ago now that Jamie Stegmaier did about some of the games he was excited for coming out. So it's fun. I like it. I think it's going to be a good one for game nights. I'm going to need to get finer tipped dry erase markers to use them once I laminate it, but it's a good one. Very fast. 20 minutes at most with me talking and looking a few things up. Yeah, we'll see if I can take the next step up from a faulty foreman to dismal draftsman this time. So, let's go over the scoring. 5 points for a closet that is completely surrounded by deck. Kitchen, dining room, bedroom, and washroom with unique furnishing arrangements. Nice. An open kitchen. So if you have a kitchen and a living room adjacent to each other with windows in between, and we get 1 point for each room that is connected to the outside by a door or connected by a series of other rooms to the outside. So basically, don't do what I did here and have this bedroom with no doors. Same with this dining room and that dining room. And finally, small porch. So basically 7 deck squares connecting 3 or more rooms. And a rock garden, a tree completely surrounded by rocks. Let's set this up for solo play again. Let's gonna do it this way and try and remember. Before I roll, fill that in. 4 and 1. So that could give me my kitchen here. I don't have to start on this middle gray spot, but now I need to get a living room next to it. Ay, 6 by 5. Oh, I forgot to fill that in already. Let's do a 6 by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So now I need to start getting windows in here. And windows just so happen to be 3. So I can go 1, 2, 3. I need 4 for that. And 4 then gives me furnishings, which I need furnishings in kitchen, living room, and washroom in different configurations. So let's get some of those started as well. Before I go any further, fill in that I've done that. So 3 and 2. Ooh, doors and windows. Let's do... I could create a washroom. That'd be adjacent, but I want those windows for sure. So 1, just do a couple windows up here. Can't do any doors over there. So let's do a couple of doors here. That has gotten me my open kitchen. So 6 points there. If I were to put another living room on this side and do the window thing again, I could get another open kitchen bonus. 4x3. Let's see, bedroom is part of the group. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to work on creating this bedroom up here. Not going to spend anything, so one by two, that can be my washroom then. Except, from what it looks like, you have to mark your room. So, lost count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Way off. I guess I have spent that one. So I can't put a furnishing in where I have a letter. I can move that letter around. Oof. 6 and a 5. Well, 5 is decking, so I can use that. 1. So that's 5. I now have decking of only 5 squares. I need to get it up to 7 for that, and then I can do stone over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm starting to work on my spot to put a tree. Fill this in. All right, here we go. 5 for more decking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I now have my small porch. And then the 4 gets me more furniture. However, for this one here, well appointed, I have my kitchen, bedroom, and washroom. Don't have my dining room yet. And right now, the kitchen and the bedroom have the same furnishings. So I gotta change that up. Ooh. Let's turn that into a dining room. By changing that to a 5. So, forgot to do that, of course. Do this for my next turn. And here we go. That's in a 4, which is what I was looking for. Can make a really long washroom, but I don't need it. I could do more decking. Could do another dining room. We're gonna do two doors from that, and then decking of 5. So let's see, where do I want to put that? I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in hopes of maybe putting another room here and getting some more decking for a small porch. Of course, we're getting towards the end here. This is definitely going worse than last time. Ooh, 6 and a 4. Perfect. So 6 gets me stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to leave this center area for an eventual tree. And 4 gets me the furniture that I need to now have completed Well Appointed for 12 points. Time for the next roll. Ooh, 1 and a 2. So, the 1 gives me that tree I need. Now I just need to close that off. And the 2 gives me 2 doors. Basically, I've gotten my usability pretty well set at this point. I could get another tree, which I will do. 3, 4. Just do it over here. 5, 6. And then we'll put a tree in there. So we're getting down to it again. I'm not sure this is going any better than last time. I don't have room to put stones around that tree. I could create a bedroom of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now some more decking wouldn't be a bad thing. Oh my goodness. Well, I have no ability to change those numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 stone. Gets us down to our second to last turn. Double 5s. So that gets us another small porch for another 4 points. Oh yeah, and then I have 5 more decking to go. So I can get a large dining room. Could add some windows. I don't actually have anything that windows are useful for. I don't have any more useful spots for decking, so let's go 3. We have 2 3x5 dining rooms adjacent to each other. So last turn, here we go. Let's look at our usability. This room is not usable. It does not have a door connecting it to anything. But this one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of usability. So 32. Remember how I was talking about how we were looking to improve from that faulty foreman? We are now a dismal draftsman. 1 better. Alright. Slightly better. Let's try one more time. We have our 3 new. So we have the couple's bath. 7 points for... Do I get points from all the cards? Yeah, so from the 3 cards played, or the different design, layout, and build, I can score points from any of these that have the little post-it notes. So I only get 3 of them per game. So even though there's 5 of each, yeah, and so that's one of the way. So in the normal game, that's how it ends, is once somebody's gotten their 6th thing filled in. But for the solo game, it'd be possible to stall it out for too long. So let's see, couples bath. So a bedroom with 2 washrooms, built-in shelving, 4 rooms with 3 or more furnishings touching the wall. That actually doesn't seem too bad. It doesn't have to repeat positions or anything like that. Shaded dining, 2 or more trees adjacent to a dining room, a hot tub, 4 pool spaces next to 12 deck, a grand foyer, a living room connected to the outside with 7 or more windows. Oh my goodness, yeah. And then wheelchair ramp bonus. 2 points for each room with a door connected to a deck. Alright. Let's see what I got. I don't feel great about this one for some reason. Well, we can start with our dining room here. Let's do this way instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3. We have our dining room. Now we just need a couple trees. 4 by 3. Let's create a bedroom off the dining room. And see if we can start getting some water closets in there. We got our first one. Oh, that's my 3rd turn. So here comes the 4th turn. So I could do a bunch of windows with that. 6 windows, but I don't have a living room. Could do a bedroom with that. Let's do another bedroom. And then I will remember to cross it out here. So 4 is the furniture. So I could start to get that furniture bonus with what? 3 rooms with 4 or more for built-in shelving. So let's do 1. 4 rooms with 3 or more furnishings. They touch a wall. They don't have to be adjacent, so let's put in some windows. That will help look out onto the trees. Okay, so we're going to, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We actually just got the built-in shelving. So 11 points. I will fill it in right now. Ooh, I can get my other water closet here. Now I just need to get those doors. Fortunately, Well, I want the tree. So I don't know why I did the square. And let's start looking at this hot tub. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll build it off in a corner. That could be more furnishings, but I'm going to use this to change one of them to a 2. Just so I can get that door and door. We got our couple's bath. And 4 for furnishings. We're just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't give me any more points, but looks a little bit better. Six and a 2. So 2's doors. Could have waited on that. 6 is stone. I'm going to use one of my +1s to turn that into a 5. The 2. So that I can start building out this deck that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ay. Have a massive living room. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ginormous living room. If I get some windows here. 2 and a 4. That's just a door. Well, I do need doors because I need a door that connects outside. And I'm going to put it 1 over. And I'm going to use, let's see, 4 is just furnishings. I'm going to use this last one to change it to a 3. So I can go 1, 2, 3 windows. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay. So we now have shaded dining and potentially a tree in the middle of our house. By putting that tree there, it's next to the dining room. And then 6 more stones. Stones don't do me a ton of good, so I'm just going to start throwing them in an area that I don't think I'm going to use. I should have colored out another one, so here's mine for next turn. Four and 2. I could create a kitchen. Don't really need a kitchen. Create a washroom. If I do that here by this bedroom, though, there's no way to get 2 of them. I can do shelving and some doors. We'll go with the ever popular washroom. Well, connected to a washroom. No. It's not what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Coming down to it again. Thank goodness. 5. So I'm going to use Or not a 5. I need a 3. 5 stacking. Okay. I'm going to use my double on the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We now have our hot tub for 11 points, and then some more furnishings. This room could use some. I mean, you need your washroom that's connected to nothing to have furnishings. Fill in another one. Oof. Furnishings, more of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a ton of room over here. 7, 8. Now I'm really looking for that 3, 2, and 6. So I'm going to use that for door and door, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is a very unique house. There's no doubt about that. Let's create a nice room here. That could either be a kitchen or a washroom. We probably need a kitchen in this house. I'll fill in another one here in a second. These are all the gaming shelves in the living room. And down to almost our last turn here. No. Can I get one more of these completed? I really need windows. Let's see. I used 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. Let's connect some doors here. I intentionally put that door there. That door's not going to connect to anywhere. And then some more game shelves. Still be able to get around them all and see them. So let's put that one there. And our last roll. Give me a 3. Hallelujah. So I'm going to use this one to double that 3 to allow me to put 6 windows in. 4. So I now have a grand foyer. 6 points. I'm curious why that one's a light blue. Oh, had I gotten that earlier, I could have doubled a room. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this house actually isn't terrible. Granted, the kitchen only connects to this little area. That bedroom has no access. But you have a nice big living room. You have to go outside to get to your dining room. But the dining room... Oh, never mind. You can't get into that bedroom either. This house could use a few doors. But besides that, not too bad. So we have our wheelchair ramp bonus of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8. This is going to be by far the best one. 22, 30, 42, 49 points. My guess is that bumps me up just one more. 49 points. We skipped over the Capable Contractor and the Marvelous Maker to the Brainy Builder. So I switch back over. I think that's pretty good for tonight. I actually really enjoy that game. Growing up in high school, I was homeschooled, and my dad, who's an accountant, had also done some of the original designs for the house that we grew up in. So he liked architecture and stuff like that, and I got to mess around with some architecture software and stuff like that. So the theme of this game really was interesting to me. And yeah, that was a ton of fun. It's not an unboxing, but let me show off some board game goofiness. So, Marvel United just finished on Kickstarter today, the second one for the X-Men. That is dividers for all the heroes from the base game. And that is a flipped image of what it should be for all of you. Let me flip this. Whee! Horizontally. So I picked these up from Etsy just because, yeah, I think this is 85 different dividers. And Marvel United came in 8 boxes. I'm hoping with these dividers I can get it down to 3. I know it's possible to do it down to 2, but that would make it a little bit more cramped. I picked up 2 packs of these from Board Game Geek. They have a whole bunch of promo cards and stuff like that. These are basically just special power cards for Ice Cool and Ice Cool 2 that you can draft. Also, more promos. I'm really excited to play with these, actually, for Sushi Go Party. We have the sake, which basically you drink the sake, it gives you 3 points, and then the next turn, the next card you draft is drafted blind. So you've had too much sake to drink, it gets you points, and then who knows what else it gets you. And Pickled Ginger scores you points based off of the different number of types of nigiri. Yep, nigiri that you have. So more points for the more different types. I'm excited for this too. Some promo cards for Apocrypha. And I will pull these out because just the artwork in Apocrypha can be so goofy. I've been thinking of putting some card-based games in those card boxes instead. Oh yeah, so yeah, I need to order for Marvel Champions. I have a whole thing behind me of them, and I either have to print off dividers for that or order some, because that will make it way easier to find stuff. They are really handy. We have some cards for different achievements in Nemesis. And for Cry Havoc. All really fun games. I'm excited. I mean, it's 2 months. 2 months is my plan before I have a game night. And some of these promo cards will probably get used with Ice Cool. Because, I mean, there are a lot of games you can play online, or like on Tabletop Simulator, Board Game Arena, stuff like that. But dexterity games are just out. So the question was, is Cry Havoc any good? It's hiding down here. Is this game any good? I like it quite a lot. It is a fairly asymmetrical area control type of game where you play with 3 to 4 different factions, and it does go down to 2-player, but you'll always have 3 different factions on there, because there will be one for the aliens on the planet, but if you play 4 players, somebody plays the aliens on the planet. So basically you have different groups coming to this planet trying to get these gems as resources, and you're battling over these different areas. Each of them scores points or builds up differently. Like the humans are the most mobile. The Trogs who are on the planet, there's just more of them. The Pilgrims don't actually need to spread out that much because they can produce crystals, which will give them points. And then the mechs basically have the most attacking power once they build up their engine. What's unique about this game as an area control thing is how the combat works. Combat is split into 3 different sections, if I remember correctly. So you basically have the attacker places their troops split between those 3 different sections. The first section is control of the area. So however many troops you put in there, you're basically putting those in to help control the area. The second one is killing enemy troops. However many troops you put in there is the number of enemy troops you can kill. The third one is capturing enemy troops. So captured troops don't automatically get put back to the same person, but you can kind of ransom them by giving gems or points, basically, to get them back. And then the defender places. So say I'm the attacker, I have 4 troops to work with, the defender has 3. I put 3 in the top section, or let's say I have 5. I put 4 in the top section, 1 in the bottom section. The defender, seeing that he can't maintain control of the area, there are 4 in the top section, just puts all 3 in the kill section. So just goes ping, 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 or I get area control, or majority from the top section. They kill 3 of the troops, split up however they want. And so like they would kill the one who's going to capture one of their troops, plus 2 of the other ones, because they don't actually lose those troops who are killing people. They just move to an adjacent controlled area of theirs. And yeah, it is definitely Avatar-esque in kind of how the game works, or kind of how the story goes. But really fun, and there's kind of a deck building aspect to it where you have your starting cards, and you use those cards to like move troops, attack, stuff like that, or move troops, build stuff like that. But you can also get cards from different terrain types, which will allow you to, say, move troops during combat. So, say, in that example I gave, there were 4 troops on attack and 1 on capture. Now that I see that my opponent hasn't put any into maintaining the majority, I could play down a card that allows me to move where 2 of my troops are in kind of that combat. There's also cards that flip the order of combat, so you go capture, kill, control. So it's really interesting how it works, and a lot of fun. It says 1 to 2 hours, probably closer to 2 hours, but you never feel like there's quite enough to do. And as you can see on the back here, if you want to learn how to play it, you don't even have to read the rule book. I mean, it can be helpful, but Ronnie Smith from Watch It Played has done it. So, actually, probably should have just left that out so I can put stuff in there. Yeah, if you can find it used, it's very good. There's an expansion for it. I don't have that yet. It's definitely one that kind of flew under the radar. It had like a moment of, oh, this is cool, but since it's kind of more Euro Ameritrash game, like there's no dice chucking in it or anything like that, and very much like manipulation in terms of combat, I think it was not what people were necessarily expecting. But if you know what it is and you can find it, it is a lot of fun. But we're about at an hour here, or just over, so I'm going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you, Fatal, for joining me, and thank you everybody who's going to check this out later. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that notification bell. For most of you, it will work. Fatal. It's particularly programmed so that you will never get notifications. And let's see, what else? You can find me over on Twitter at the Scando. Probably should start with the fact that I run a website besides this Malts and Meeples YouTube channel. And it's nerdologist.com. Talk about a ton of board game stuff there. Today was talking about, or writing about Vivid Memories, a new game on Kickstarter from Floodgate Games, as well as Awaken Realms, and just kind of talking about their publication history. So all sorts of topics: board games, video games, RPGs, movies, TV shows, anime, you name it. Books, whatever you can be nerdy about it, there's probably an article about it. But mainly board games and RPGs. And then I also have a podcast, 10 Minute Marvel, which is, I mean, it is what it says it is. It's a 10-minute or less podcast about Marvel. So recently I've been talking regularly about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and before that WandaVision, as well as all sorts of Marvel news. So you can check that out. You can find out when I'm going live, like I said, over on Twitter. You can follow me at the Scando, or on Facebook, also at Nerdologists on Facebook. And finally, I have a Patreon, so if you want to help support this channel, as well as the other things, 10 Minute Marvel and Nerdologists, check that out, patreon.com/nerdologists. There are different pledge levels there. All the money from that is going to go into improving the quality of this YouTube channel, the podcast, and the website. But with that, bottoms up.